Good evening, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Mr. Singh, and I'm the principal here at Laureate Academy. The purpose of this presentation is to offer an insight into life at our academy. I would love to have the whole team in shot at any one time during this presentation, but social distancing rules do not allow this. But I am joined by members of my senior leadership team and our head of education enrichment, who will speak in a moment about aspects of curriculum, pastoral care and enrichment opportunities. As a parent of a Year 6 child myself, I fully appreciate the pressure that a parent feels when deciding on a secondary school place. The idea of our children leaving the safety and security of primary school is always going to raise concerns and cause anxiety. This concern is no doubt heightened by the effects of the pandemic. Over the last 12 months, our children have spent significant amounts of time away from school. They have missed out on teaching in the traditional sense, but as an academy, we are proud of the fact that 90% of our remote provision during the last lockdown was live taught, and this was greatly appreciated by both our students and their families. However, we fully understand that our students need face-to-face teaching in our classrooms, and they also need some fresh air during other times of the school day. More opportunities for social interaction with their friends through the attendance to clubs and school events that we know were commonplace before March 2020 are a must. We understand that there is no quick fix to solve the effects of the pandemic on education and well-being of our children. We are currently working with our trust to put together a comprehensive long-term programme that supports gaps in knowledge, social interaction and the physical and mental well-being of our young people. However, the effects of the pandemic notwithstanding, I'm proud of what we achieved so far. Since joining Laureate Academy in September 2019, I've worked tirelessly with my senior leadership team and the wider staff body to improve all aspects of academy life. We've recruited some fantastic teachers who are passionate about their subjects and our students. Our Key Stage 3 curriculum has been transformed with the support of our Trust Curriculum Centre, and Mrs. Murphy will elaborate on that in a moment. Whilst the pandemic has put paid to public examinations over the last year, our teacher-assessed grading process is robust and thorough and demonstrates the improvements we would have seen if these examinations had gone ahead. Our students wear their uniform proudly and enjoy coming to school. They enjoy their lessons and they will always stop me to let me know if they have concerns. We want our students to develop strong, informed opinions, and we need to provide them with the right forums in which they can express these opinions with confidence. Over the next 5 years, I want this academy to become a beacon within the local community for providing an outstanding education, competing with the best grammar and secondary schools in the local area. I also want Laureate to be a cultural hub where art, drama and music are performed to the highest level. Furthermore, we want to ensure that the academy is competitive in all sports, including football, basketball, netball, athletics, to name but a few. We have some fantastic facilities here at Laureate, and they will be enhanced by a brand new teaching block, which is due for completion in January 2022. Our ultimate goal for all our students is for them to leave our academy with fantastic GCSE and A-level grades, but this in tandem with an appreciation for the arts, sport, literature and history. We want them to leave as rounded young people prepared for the next stage of their lives. Now at this stage, I'm going to hand over to Miss Murphy, who's going to talk more about our curriculum.
Hello there, my name is Miss Murphy. I'm an English teacher and assistant principal. I currently work with our Year 7 cohort, which has included supporting them through the transition to secondary school. Being part of the future family of schools has many benefits for the learning of our students. This involves sharing good practice for the curriculum and the lesson materials which students learn from every day. We are proud to teach a curriculum which is challenging but accessible, because we know it sets students up for great achievement in the future, whatever path they will go down. In Year 7, students have 6 50-minute lessons per day, making a total of 30 lessons per week, including maths and English lessons every day. Class sizes in Year 7 average at 25 students, and there are 5 form groups per year. We know that putting English and maths at the core of the curriculum lays a strong foundation for all other subjects. Your child will be amazed and excited by the range of material they learn within each subject. In Year 7, students are taught in sets for maths and mixed ability groupings for all other subjects. Research and experience has proven this gives students the best opportunity to access an ambitious curriculum. Students are then taught in sets in English, science and languages as they move up the school. In addition to maths and English, students in Year 7 also study history, geography, Latin, French, PE, drama, music and art. The curriculum remains broad and balanced for the first 3 years here at Laureate, and the students then select their GCSE options to begin in Year 10. We always consider our students here at Laureate to be on a 7-year journey, as we plan to see them right through to Year 13. As Mr. Singh referenced, we support students who take either academic or vocational pathways. Our offer for Years 10 and 11 is focused on traditional GCSEs, as this appropriately prepares students who wish to take high-quality vocational post-16 qualifications. We take pride in our job to help all students to grow both as people and academically. A knowledge-rich curriculum enables students to be better and more adept learners. Students become more skilled at building up schemas of knowledge within their minds. Here at Laureate, all our students are taught their subjects by specialist teachers. This work is ably supported by our colleagues in the Future Academy's Curriculum Centre, who work alongside us to ensure that students receive outstanding lessons. Through lessons and homework tasks, our teachers actively push and challenge the most able students and those aspiring to be the most able. This is demonstrated through our Year 11 students who receive grade 9s, which puts them in the top 2% in the country for that subject. Every year, some students from Laureate go on to achieve grades 8 and 9 at GCSE and A's and A stars at A level, enabling them to attend top Russell Group universities. There is no denying that the unique situation over the last year has made it difficult for students of every year group. Although this has been a challenging time to transition to secondary school, students have adjusted incredibly well. In some of the questions that we received in advance of this evening's presentation, some parents asked to find out more about our transition process. In the summer of 2020, we were able to run our parent-student meetings with members of the senior leadership team. This gave every family the opportunity to meet with a member of staff to go over the school expectations and allay any fears the families may have had. This summer, in line with lifting restrictions, we intend to continue to hold these meetings, as well as transition time in school for the new Year 7 cohort. We have a detailed transition process to teach and reassure students, including preparing them to organise themselves, to read their timetables, to plan their homework and navigate the school. In September 2020, in spite of having a different transition to Laureate, our Year 7 students commented on how they enjoy the range of subjects, being able to work with different teachers, and the amount of information and knowledge that they cover in each lesson. They enjoyed the opportunity to really expand their thinking. Following a question we have received in advance of this evening related to homework, our students in Year 7 receive homework which starts a couple of weeks into the school term. They will generally receive around 6 hours a week, which we support them in organising so that it's completed across the week and in time for the deadline. The purpose of homework is to support and extend the work which is completed in class. Students across the world have had a year of education like no other, and we are delighted to be back in the classroom with students. Students are learning from their knowledgeable teachers, engaging with high quality texts and reading material, away from the screens that have recently had to provide their learning, socialising and communication. The most effective place for a child to learn is in the classroom with a subject specialist. We are confident that our challenging curriculum ensures excellent consistency between lessons and adequately prepares students for public examinations and life after school. I would now like to hand you over to my colleague, Senior Assistant Principal, Mrs. Hill.
Good evening. So my name is Mrs. Hill, and I work very closely with Mr. Singh on various aspects of academy life, including the quality of teaching and learning, and ensuring that all students can access our challenging curriculum. In order for students to learn, they must feel safe and happy, and we therefore have an extensive pastoral system in place to ensure the personal, social, and emotional needs of every student are met, so that all students can thrive both academically and socially. Uniquely, heads of year at Laureate Academy do not teach and are therefore on hand all of the time to support our students with any issues that may arise, no matter how big or small. From helping your child to find their PE kit on day one or helping them to make friends, to supporting your child through a major trauma, our heads of year are always available to support you and your child. The mental well-being of our students is a priority for us and one that is at the forefront of our work, given the unprecedented nature of this last year. Our heads of year work closely with various other staff to support mental health, including our own on-site counsellor and mentor. Our heads of year work with a dedicated team of form tutors, who are also there to support the well-being of your child. Heads of year carefully place students in their form groups at the start of year 7, based on everything we know about your child from their primary school and from you when we meet you. Your child will meet with their form tutor at the start of every day, and this tutor offers academic support, personal development, and students are encouraged to approach their tutor with any concerns they may have. Tutor groups also celebrate successes together and will often form the start of lifelong friendships. Alongside the head of year and tutors, the Academy also has a dedicated inclusion department with specialist staff who provide excellent support for students with special educational needs. This team works closely with primary schools and parents to ensure any additional need is met from day one. They are also highly qualified in identifying additional needs that may have gone unnoticed and providing the support that all students need to thrive. This department focuses on training our teachers to enable them to meet the needs of students with special educational needs within mainstream lessons. This ensures that all students access the same curriculum taught by subject specialists and do not miss out on this teaching. In addition to this, the inclusion team do provide specialist interventions in small group reading programs, small group numeracy support, handwriting clubs, speech and language therapy, touch typing courses, homework clubs, and one-to-one individual support sessions. They can also provide a safe space for your child if they are feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or emotional about something. In addition to these teams, we also have an experienced safeguarding team, which can support with more complex needs, and they work very closely with external agencies where necessary to ensure your child is fully supported through anything that life may throw at them. I'm now going to pass over to my colleague, Mrs. Stella.
Good evening, my name is Mrs. Seller and I'm Head of Education Enrichment, but prior to this I was the Enrichment and Careers Coordinator here at the Laureate Academy. We as a trust and a school endeavour to provide a quality enrichment programme, as enrichment is at the heart of our core values and principles. We cater our programme to cover a variety of interests, as we understand that every child is individual in terms of their hobbies, through to potential careers, and we need to ensure we support these needs at school to allow students to have all the information they need to develop, grow and feel more confident with their future choices. We have our own future charity connected to the Academy Trust, which funds our enrichment activities, meaning we have the resources for creating a bespoke enrichment programme, providing experiences beyond the classroom, as well as enhancing the curriculum. Our enrichment programme encompasses 4 key pillars, which are planned into the school calendar by our very own dedicated and trained Careers and Enrichment Coordinator. Our Careers and Enrichment Coordinator is a full-time, untimetabled member of staff who creates this programme to ensure students receive good, top-quality enrichment, accompanied by our very own one-to-one careers advisor. Our 4 key pillars of focus umbrelled by the enrichment offer include connecting pupils to the world of work, future education, training and employment, enriching the curriculum, providing exposure to culture, the arts and sports, and to build character, integrity, resilience and judgment. Through a mixture of tutor times, assemblies and whole school enrichment days, we provide students with opportunities to engage with inspiring speakers from an array of industries, mock interview preparation with local employers such as Atlas Copco, as well as CV workshops, question and answer sessions with inspirational guests and workshops from multiple professional bodies. Just last week, during our virtual enrichment days, students engaged in talks with an OBE judge and solicitor, ITV producers, speakers from both Barclays, NatWest and Network Rail, just to name a few. As we believe a child with goals and vision is a student who is determined to succeed. Our enrichment days also include workshops to not only support the curriculum, but also personal development, working, for example, with charities such as Mind and motivational speakers. In addition to all of the above, we provide work experiences, trips, such as to Canary Wharf to participate in city walks, where they get to meet aspirational companies such as architects Adhd Associates, as well as university trips and visits. Only last year, before the first lockdown, we took our Year 7s on a trip to Christchurch College at Oxford University for a tour and lunch to raise aspirations from Year 1 at Laureate Academy. Careers education gives students drive, ambition and goals and provide a supportive environment, expert knowledge and advice to help guide and nurture students' individual journeys. As previously mentioned throughout this evening, we have our own dedicated curriculum centre, and working with both them and teachers throughout the school, we can plan to bridge learning and enrichment together and bring education to life through trips and workshops. In terms of our co-curricular, sports and arts is a huge focus in terms of our enrichment and co-curricular programme. We use a variety of external coaches such as JP Pro, alongside our dedicated PE team to enable competitive, character-building sports throughout the school year. Basketball, netball, cricket, athletics, boxing and dance, just to name a few. We are also including summer school sports programmes. This complements our arts programme. Students can choose to participate in subsidised instrumental lessons, which, when restrictions and guidance allows, will lead to winter and summer concerts. Our students are able to sign up to LAMDA lessons, a well-regarded accreditation in drama where students are rewarded with qualifications as well as the chance to audition for our school play. Lastly, I and other members within the Trust are currently working hard to prepare our enrichment offer for the upcoming academic year, to begin in September, which will further embed the enrichment programme within the school, offering a wide array of opportunities and choices on offer that have tangible outcomes and skill-based qualifications through co-curricular learning. I hope this has given you a brief insight into not only the co-curricular offer, but the importance of enrichment and careers education to us as a school and a trust, and the types of programme your children will have access to throughout their time with us. I will now hand back to Mr. Singh. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Seller. So that concludes our presentation, but before we move on to answering some of the questions that have been sent in, I just want to highlight the 3 things that we feel make our academy stand out from all the rest. Firstly, our Key Stage 3 curriculum. It provides the right level of challenge in all subjects and supports the work that needs to be done in Key Stage 4 and through to post-16 education. Secondly, we are proud of our pastoral care systems. They are in place to support all of our students. And thirdly, as you've just heard, our enrichment programme takes learning enjoyment beyond the classroom, onto the sports field, into a concert hall and onto a stage. So now we're going to move on to answering some of the questions that you have submitted. We will provide a more detailed frequently asked question document following this evening's presentation. And of course, please do not hesitate to get in contact with us should you require further information. So Mr. Nichols, our moderator, will now provide some of the questions that have been sent through.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Singh. How has the school addressed the issues raised in the last Offstead report?
Thank you,
particularly teaching quality, child progress and management and leadership?
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. A great question. So the last inspection was conducted when the school was known as Cavendish, and with the greatest respect to the Cavendish name, things have changed remarkably since the transition to Laureate Academy. We have made some fantastic appointments across the academy in terms of teaching staff. We also benefit from recruiting from our own trust teacher training programme, which is judged as outstanding. As I've said, our new curriculum at Key Stage 3 has raised standards and the level of challenge across all subjects, and we will certainly see the benefits of this over time. Next question, please, Mr. Nichols.
Does bullying happen at your school, and how do you deal with it?
Another very important question. I think Mrs. Hill is better placed to answer this question. Thank you very much.
This is a really good question and one that I can understand parents having concern about. And in short, yes, bullying does occasionally happen, as I think it does at all schools. However, our bullying data is extremely low. Compared to national averages, our data is much, much lower than other schools across the country. And it equates to just a few cases of bullying per year, all of which are fully resolved. In the rare instances when bullying unfortunately does occur, we have a range of support in place for the victim of that bullying. Bullies are sanctioned. We're also there to ensure programmes are put in place for the bully to address why this has happened and to ensure this issue is not repeated. We've recently seen a number of in-year admissions of students who have left other schools due to bullying or discrimination, and they tell us regularly how safe and secure they feel at Laureate and how well they think that we deal with any bullying that occurs. They tell us regularly how confident they are to approach a member of staff, whether it's their head of year, their tutor, a teacher or another member of staff, to speak about anything that's worrying them, and they feel that we address these issues quickly and effectively. Unfortunately, most of the bullying that we do now see happens online, outside of school hours rather than in person. So we deliver an extensive programme of personal development each year focused on how to keep safe online and how to deal with inappropriate, mean comments or the sharing of material. Further questions?
Yes, Mrs. Hill. What SEM resources do you provide for children with autism or ADHD?
So we've got different centres within our specialist inclusion department. So we have specialist members of staff for different special educational needs. We have a dedicated language and communication team, and they work very specifically with students with autism or ASD. Recently, this has included regular phone calls, weekly or even daily for some of our students during lockdown to ensure they're coping with all of the changes that this year has brought about. They have also ensured all the students that were struggling with transition and change have come back into the school before everyone else to feel more comfortable with the environment, and worked very closely with them about how they come in to feel that they are part of the school community, but to have the support that they need. Each child that comes to our school that has a special educational need, whatever it may be, has a pupil profile, and teachers have individualised personal support plans for each of those students. So we support them in a specific way to their specific needs.
Thank you. You said in your introductory letter that the Academy puts emphasis on academic excellence, which would be the envy of many fee-paying schools. What support, both academically and extracurricularly, do you employ to ensure students are able to compete with students which come from private schools or grammar schools when you're competing for university places such as Oxford or Cambridge? And what measures do you apply to make sure students think of going to higher education?
Yeah, a really good question. I think this is best answered by Mrs. Seller, so I'll pass back over to her.
Thank you, Mrs. Hill. So, as mentioned throughout the evening, students not only have access to a strong curriculum and academic support, but as an enrichment and careers coordinator, I work closely with teachers and students early on to support those aspirations throughout their school education. and this is mostly done through one-to-one guidance, as well as teachers highlighting students who have those interests to me, who I then reach out to. As mentioned in my discussion earlier on, we hold trips to Oxbridge and Russell Group universities, starting as early as Year 7, as we believe raising aspirations from a young age is a great contributor to enhancing those kind of achievements. Great things about being part of an academy trust is that we have a wealth of contacts from other enrichment coordinators from other schools, as well as teachers who have graduated from Oxbridge, some of them working within Laureate, who are all a part of this process and supporting students with the interview and application process. Lastly, we have also recently contracted an external mentoring company who offer advice on applications and preparations for interviews when it comes to Oxford, Cambridge and Russell Group universities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Seller.
So a final word then, as this presentation draws to an end, we'd like to thank you all for joining us. We hope we provided the information perhaps that you required within our presentations, but like I've said, we will be in contact with a frequently asked question document that will provide more detailed answers to some of the other questions that have been submitted, and our contact details should be on display for you to contact us directly with any other information that you require. So thank you so much. We really look forward to seeing you in September. Take care and have a great evening.